I've spent the last week thinking about trying to plan out how I want to say this and how I want to announce this, because this is honestly the one thing we never prepared for. When you run a business, when you own something like Ollie and I do, you prepare for every possible scenario. From, oh no, we forgot our tablecloth at a market and we didn't bring the extra one, to, oh my god, Toby broke their back 2 days before a market. What are we going to do? You have planned for every possible scenario. The one thing we didn't plan for was us breaking up, because we never thought that day would come. And then last week happened. Obviously, it's for the best, but now we had to spend the last week discussing, what do we want to do with the business? Are we going to continue? How is it going to look now that we aren't together? And that was one of our biggest brand identifiers, was that we were owned by a queer couple. As far as our discussions have been business related, we are still obviously friends. I asked Ollie if he wanted to film this with me. He told me no. As far as I know, things are staying the same. It's gonna be the same energy, just we're not dating. Which sucks, because I had, a list of content ideas that were specifically built on the relationship, because that was one of our big brand identifiers. At the point that I am filming this, we have been separated for almost a week. Obviously, things have changed. The dynamics have changed. Things are weird. Obviously, things will change. They'll keep changing. We don't expect to close. I'm sure that there are going to be things that change, and you're going to notice it within our social media posts, our YouTube videos, our energy at markets. If you're there, I'm sure it'll be noticeable that something has happened. And also just the fact that our brand was, a huge chunk of it was built on us being in a relationship, and that being why we opened, definitely makes things complicated. But as of right now, things are staying the same. We're still open, we're still running, we're still looking at markets. But I don't know what this next year is going to look like. So much of our lives, even outside of the business, are incredibly intertwined with one another, where it's going to be hard to untangle everything. And whether or not the business comes down with that, I don't know. I don't have answers to most questions that I have right now. Happy New Year, guys! What a great way to start this year! But obviously, as things happen, things change, decisions get made and finalized. We will let you know. We should hear within the next couple of days whether or not we got into Spring Fling, which I think is the only market we're aiming for this year. So who knows? But the thing is, I plan to start working as I start cosmetology school, to start building my own personal YouTube channel, which I will link here because I can't record any longer. So if you do enjoy this, you want to keep following updates as to what is going on with Crafty Queer specifically, you can subscribe to us. If you want to just follow and you want to see my content and see me start live streaming again, you can subscribe to my personal channel, also linked, and then there will be floating around somewhere on screen right now recommended video for you to watch. It'll probably be a compilation because that's about all the energy I had to make over the summer. But we appreciate you guys sticking around the almost 2 years this business has existed.